It's a different way of looking at the curriculum. We've always focused on a Western-based knowledge, but there's more than one knowledge out there. And through treaty education, we can take a look at the indigenous knowledge, how it relates to science, how it relates to the environment, how it relates to language, literacy, math, and combine that with Western knowledge, and we get the concept of two-eyed seeing, where we take the best of both worlds and combine it together for something great. One of the biggest things this year for us around treaty education was the introduction of the drum into the music rooms across Nova Scotia. All elementary schools in the province received a traditional hand drum, and all music teachers participated in different ceremonies along with that drum. And they're teaching the honor song to all students this year for the first time. One of the things that I heard from teachers as we were going around doing the PD was how much of an honor it was to receive this drum and have this in the class. And I can't speak for all Mi'kmaq people, but speaking for myself and a drum maker, it was a huge honor for me to have those drums in the schools and have teachers willing to take that on. The impact has been overwhelming. Speaking with teachers, the drum's not just being used in the music room anymore. Other teachers have been coming to the music teachers and asking them what they can do with it, and they've been asking me as well. And I look at math class, for example, because I find math is one of the areas where it's a little more difficult to embed treaty education and Indigenous knowledge. But simply using that drum, which is a circle, there's so many outcomes that can be hit in elementary math, whether it's circumference, the diameter. You look at the number of centimeters that are needed for the lacing for a 15-centimeter drum, for example. There's so many different ways that can happen, and that's one of the things that the teachers have been doing with it. The other thing that I've heard from teachers is how the drum is teaching respect. Bringing out that drum is not just teaching a little bit of language, it's not just teaching a little bit of culture, but it's educating the whole child. It's teaching respect, it's teaching humility. Children are waiting their turns. So the impacts of just that drum in the school have been far greater than we thought they were going to be. I always consider myself, and many of our students do consider themselves, invisible minorities. You don't quite fit in both worlds. So I think with treaty education, we're building a place where kids can fit into both worlds. As far as treaty education in the curriculum, we've actually have a team of teachers from across the province, and I know there's teachers in Halifax Board that have been part of this, developing a framework that's going to move us forward. The framework itself it's almost like a treasure map. It's not a piece of curriculum, but it's that map that guides you to the places you need to go, and so that you can see treaty education where it needs to be. Eventually, there is going to be full PD around treaty education for all schools. Right now, we're doing one-offs if the school calls us to come in and talk to the staff. We're coming in and we're explaining what treaty education is all about. Eventually, there will be PD for all schools and all staff, but that's something that still has to be developed as we're moving forward in this process.